Okay, we're live. Hello, it's Bill the Knee Pain Guru. Today is Thursday, May 6th, 2021. Today we're going to talk about 5 months post-op operation, knee operation, and they're still having horrible pain and joint stiffness. This was Heather who wrote in through the YouTube channel. So today we are live on YouTube, Periscope, and Facebook. So Heather wrote in, said, hey, I'm 5 months post-operation, still have horrible pain and joint stiffness. 2 weeks ago, doctor did joint aspiration. And for those that aren't familiar, joint aspiration is they're draining the joint with the needle and got it to bend and break up scar tissue. It has stiffened back up. I can't hardly get to bend. I've been doing physical therapy and have had major issues with it bending. When I bend it, it feels like it's hitting a wall and don't want to bend anymore. PT tries to bend it and it hurts so bad. Any suggestions? I'm so aggravated. And if you've been listening to my videos each day, these are similar stories. They all sound very similar because they're looking at it primarily from a physical standpoint. Nobody's talking about the nervous system. Nobody's talking about how the trauma, the injury, the accident, the surgeries, whatever's happened to the knee is playing a role in causing the knee joint to go, and it doesn't want to go anymore. Why it swells up. When it swells up, there's a function of the lymphatic system, the ability of the body's fluids to be flushed out. The pelvis is the pump of the entire lymphatic system. If the pelvis is holding tension because it's protecting the knee, because the knee hurts from the trauma, the accident, injury, what ends up happening is now the joint can't fully bend, the pelvis can't fully move, so it doesn't flush out the fluid that is building up in the knee. So that's part of what's going on. The other part is the scar tissue that builds up in the joint as a result of the body's tension, the anticipation of it's gonna hurt. So the scar tissue forms as kind of the body's own Band-Aid to protect the knee from what it doesn't want to feel. So you have the mechanical part, which is the knee getting repaired, the physical therapy, moving the joint, but then you also have the neurological part that's layered on top of it at the same time. And if we're only looking at the physical part, we're only looking at the physical piece, there's a lot being left on the table that causes the knee joint not to bend. And we have to take into consideration that intangible feeling, that experience in the neurology that plays a role that either allows or inhibits the knee joint, the physical part of your body, to move the way you want it to move. So that's suggestions. The suggestions is we have to change the neurology. There is a dysfunctional neurology going on in the knee, meaning the knee doesn't fully extend, the knee doesn't fully bend. There's some sort of intrinsic movement in the joint that is being inhibited because of that experience in the nervous system. Your perception of how the knee is going to feel when you move it. And we must begin to change that neurology, change it in a way that frees up the joint, that allows the joint to have greater range of motion, greater movement, because we've taught the knee joint how to begin to let go of the tension. If you don't do that, what ends up happening, and this is where Heather is, she's 5 months post-op, she doesn't begin to change the neurology and continues to push through the pain and take it on as like a badge of honor. I can handle it. The knee's been worse. I could deal with the pain. I'm used to it. And to get that mentality that that's how the knee is, and I have to do it this way, and I have to strengthen the muscles in the legs, that creates the condition for the joint to begin to dehydrate. When the joint dehydrates, guess what? It starts to ache more, starts to get tenser. When the joint dehydrates, it begins to wear, begins to rub, and then it's diagnosed as arthritis. That's the medical model. And over time, this situation, this scenario gets worse. The joint begins to wear more. The joint begins to be more painful. And every time you move, you're wearing away that joint a little more, a little more. And you go from where Heather is right now, 5 months post-op, and then you get diagnosed with on stages of arthritis, and then the arthritis gets worse, and the joint degenerates more. And now you get the shots in the knee, hyaluronic acid, rooster comb, cortisone, whatever that is in the joint to lubricate the joint, because they're trying to get the fluid in the joint that's squeezed out because of the tension, because nobody's talking about the neurology. And that continues not to work over time. And then you're diagnosed with bone on bone. And then you're told by your doctor, well, you're a perfect candidate for a knee replacement surgery, and you just let me know when you can't handle it anymore. So the doctor gives you the choice of when you want to go in and have your bones cut off and replaced with plastic and metal. And it's the playbook. It's a wonderful business model from the medical model perspective. I'm not faulting them for it. They're doing great. It's you who's out there suffering with pain, that's like Heather, that needs to realize that there are other choices out there, like the programs that I offer, that I work with clients, and I can get better results at a distance than doctors and physical therapists can get in person, because they're not talking about the neurology. They're not talking about what is sending the signals to the knee to retain the fluid, to build up the scar tissue, to cause the joint to be painful. We have to look at that. We have to look at the mechanisms that are going on underneath the hood, so to speak, that are causing the joint to tense up. So we have some people on the line. If you have questions, feel free to enter those in. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Like and subscribe to the Knee Pain Guru channel. Turn on notifications for future videos. Feel free to share this with your friends. And if you want to know next steps, like suggestions is don't do what hurts. But if you want action steps, like you like to have a conversation with me, down below this video in the description, I have links to my website, thekneepainguru.com. You can check it out and get on the newsletter list. I'll send you emails each day, shifting your mindset as far as what's going on with your knee, understanding it differently. We can set up a time to have an appointment, have a consultation, and then there's also a link to, you can also join Knee Club. Knee Club's my group coaching program. We have calls twice a week. Matter of fact, I'm going to be jumping off here in a few minutes. Next Knee Club call is in 9 minutes. And we'll be jumping on a call like this. And the only difference between what we're doing here and what we're doing in Knee Club is I'm going to give you the actual things, the specific videos in the members area that are going to help you with your knee right now, because we have to change the neurology, that dysfunctional neurology. We have to put the fun back in dysfunction in a way where you begin to experience relief. You begin to experience something other than what you're experiencing right now. And I say knee pain, but you could call it pain, stiffness, tightness, feels full, whatever the terminology you use. We just need to switch that so you have a different experience. And Kathy writes, thanks for the video, Bill. Absolutely, Kathy. I think, did you? Oh, yeah. Yeah, Kathy, you wrote in, my ortho-surgeon will never recommend surgery. It said up to you to decide when you can't take it anymore. Yeah, I mean, that's her playbook. And like I said, I'm not faulting them for it. It works really well for them, and it's up to you whether you want to roll that way or not. Like it's no big surprise. If you always do what you always did, you always get what you always got. And you can see from people that line up for knee replacement surgeries over and over again, it doesn't have to be that way. And I've been doing this. I blew out my knee the first time, dislocated in December of 98. June of 99, I had reconstructive surgery on the ligament in my left knee. So I had pins in my left knee. And then October was when I first started taking classes. So it's been, 99? So we're 22, 23 years that I've been doing this. And I didn't have a template. I figured this out along the way. I was in judo. All I wanted to do was get back out of the mat and throw people. And then I started studying body work and nutrition and all sorts of other stuff. So it was in the process that I learned what worked and didn't work for me. The results I was getting after the surgery and the physical therapy, because Dr. Ellis was like, well, this is all we could do, Bill. Okay, well, this sucks. I feel like I'm walking like I'm 90 years old and I'm in my late 20s. That's not going to work that well. So I figured there has to be something different. And by all rights, like I just turned 50 this year. By all rights, I should have arthritis in my knees. And I don't have issues. So I've learned a thing or two about a thing or two in the past 2 decades. And if you want more information, well, you could ask questions right now, but I'm going to be wrapping this up here shortly. The point of it is you can tap into that information if you like. If you don't like, that's okay too. Okay. Let's see. Knee Club. I got to get going 5 minutes before the call. This is Bill Paravano, the Knee Pain Guru. Thank you so much for being here. Go down below the video to get to the website. It's over there. Get to the website. Sign up for a consultation if you'd like to chat with me. Sign up for Knee Club if you want to start getting relief, because as soon as you sign up, begin with the quick start guide, you'll start getting you stuff to carry you to the next call. And after today, it's going to be Monday at 1:30. Okie doke. Bill Paravano, the Knee Pain Guru, signing off. Have a good day. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you soon.